and this kind of feels like pulling teeth. Hi, and the fun begins because today we are going to analyze the engine breakdown, but the prequel to that is taking apart this head. So let's start with this. To take apart this head, it's simple. It's pretty much going to stay like this. The only thing we're worrying about is removing the valves. The first thing we need to do is remove these watch batteries. Next thing you want to do is get an extension with the socket, then hammer the spring down, and then the valve seat should release. At least in theory. Let's see if it works. I guess I need to hit it a little bit harder. There we go. So we get the valve seat, the retainers, and the spring off. So now I'm just going to keep doing that for every single one on the exhaust side and the intake side while making sure that I keep everything in order. By the way, I reorganized the entire shop, which I'll show you guys in a future video. But in that process, I ended up finding this mobile bench table that has come really useful. I see myself using this a lot. And this is what the seat, retainers, shims, and spring look like. So now we can flip the head to its side, and then we can remove the valves and also the oil seals. And they're out. I don't know why this side, these are kind of like a pain to come off, because the exhaust side, well, this one came off easily. The exhaust side was a lot easier to come off. But these I kind of need to pull through. See, it kind of like needs some more grease in there or something. Okay, so now that the valves are off, we can remove the oil seals. So the instructions call for some needle nose pliers, and then you just pull them out. And this kind of feels like pulling teeth. This was much easier on the exhaust side. I don't know why this is just a lot harder. I wonder if it's just these four, because the valves were much easier on the other side. Oh my gosh, I broke it. Doesn't matter, I still need to replace these seals. This is such a pain. Okay. Just brakes. Try pulling out the whole thing instead. There we go. So now the head is completely empty. If I can lift this, there's nothing in here. So now off to a machine shop so it can get cleaned. I know there's some bolts here. I'll remove that before I drop it off at the machine shop. Okay, so we have everything laid out here. So obviously, I'm not going to throw away my crankshaft. This is something that I'm going to keep. I'm just going to take it to the machine shop so they can clean it. I'm also keeping the crank caps. So all of this is still staying. So now when it comes to the pistons, everything is going to be replaced except the connecting rods. The only reason for that is because I cannot find them online anywhere, so I'm not sure if they don't exist anymore, if they don't sell it, because if they would, then I would replace it. But everything like the piston head, the bearings, and everything else that comes along with it, I did find, and I will be replacing it. So if anyone does know if it's worth to replace the connecting rods or anywhere where I might be able to get them, let me know, please. So now, as far as this here, we are going to get rid of these camshafts because I'm camming the Camry. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. So I'm pretty much going to stay with everything here. So the camshafts are staying, the cam caps. So the only thing I'm replacing here are the head bolts and the cam cap bolts. Everything else is staying. So when it comes to the valve train, I cannot remember right now if I saw that they sell like a brand new kit for it or not. But if they do, then I will most likely replace it. If they don't, then I have to stay with everything. But for sure, I have to replace these oil seals because of course some of them are already broken. So I know this was a very short but necessary video just to go over everything and all of the parts and we're gonna replace or not. One thing I did want to mention is that I cannot remove these piston heads from these connecting rods. I can't figure it out, so I'm going to have to figure it out and do more research on that. But other than that, I just need to find the machine shop. I have a pretty good idea of where I'm gonna take it because I've been there before and it's close to the area. So I'm 80% sure I'm taking it there and then we can move on with this. You know, I feel like Jim Carrey in The Mask because these kind of look like maracas. All right, see you in the next one.